So we're setting off, and we just had a message to say that I'm going to name. Yes, that Peter Francis, one of the comedians that we know, has just launched his book. So it made me think and said to you, oh, we're getting to know book authors, so and things like that. I said, but when you're on the telly, when you're watching telly, and you don't know nothing about a business world, when you look and listen to about book authors, or I wrote a book, it's a pretty bold statement, and it's people read books for inspiration.
Yeah.
But when you're actually in the presence or speaking to these book authors, it makes you think, oh, I know a book author, but yet they're just a normal person that have done an inspirational thing. And then you said to me that I'll write a book. I'm going to write a book, which is what you said when I met you like years ago. You first said that you were going to write a book, but there was an initial stage that you tell me about it.
Well,
over this.
It's 200 yards. Official Secrets Act and stuff like that. I'm over that threshold now, and the book, in my mind, has always been in my mind, is just a reflection of my experience as a police officer, but not only as a police officer, as a black police officer, during a time when allegedly more ethnic minority officers, or black and ethnic minority officers, were required to join the police force to make it more representative for people of colour. So that's what my book is about, but the trouble is that within that I personally faced a lot of injustice. Being a black officer, I was held back, put on the back burner, the back fence, whatever that.
Will you mind doing an interview with that at some stage? I'd like to talk a bit about that and interview and how it affected you emotionally. And that's what we're about, isn't it? We're on the road right now. I'm driving with you, assisting you and shadowing you right now because you're going on a job. The job you're going on is a 73-year-old person.
After 300 yards,
hold on.
right on the roundabout, second exit, A12 towards Lowestoft.
Thank you for the directions. Okay, so we're going on you shadowing to a different destination to help a person who has.
Right on the roundabout, second exit.
They kind of say that they're being discriminated and not getting their amenities, their hot water, etc. There has been police involvement in this.
A12 towards Lowestoft for 9.9 miles.
There has been police involvement at some point, and this lady has had the doors shut on her, saying that she's not even allowed to, not by the police, but where she's meant to be going to the necessary authorities. She tells me that they can no longer access the council to complain about not having any hot water or gas. So that's where we're at now, to go and take a bit more details, have a look at the problem and the water leakage that is coming from the. So the individual says all you've got to do is go and sort out the problems and listen intently to what their needs are. So how do you like your job? I'm still going to carry on eating because I like mine.
I like the job because every job is different, but the principle is still the same. So today it's looking at a dodgy boiler and trying to get the boiler fixed for somebody who can't help themselves, or defend themselves, or speak up for themselves. Tomorrow it could be somebody having issues with being stopped and searched illegally by the police, and just want a third eye, because they didn't feel that, you know, the duty solicitor helped them the way they should.
Do you think, pretty much in a town of, as you heard, on the directions we are actually in Suffolk, do you actually think there's not enough help out there? And it is strange being a BAME, I hate that word, by the way, so I've renamed it beautiful, amazing, motivated entrepreneurs, rather as opposed to black and I don't like it. So the fact that you're doing this kind of work, you know, it's very difficult to be noticed. It's almost like they don't want to see that somebody of your complexion can be so powerful to have knowledge to go out and get the job done.
Yeah, it's what one has always faced, which goes back to the point of, I mean, the police is polarised, that's just the police, but it's everywhere. But for me, you know, holding the office of constable is a very high, first of all, it's an honour to do that, and it's something to be taken seriously. The trouble is that I would suggest that most persons like myself who have entered into that have gone into that with the best will to do what it says, you know, by swearing allegiance or pledging the oath. But when you get there, you feel the unwelcomeness from those around you, because history has shown that we as black and minority ethnics are always on the back foot, and it's those people who are the oppressors towards us. So it's like letting one of us in the club to see, and they're worried.
Put them on the front line, and make them more susceptible as well, right?
But it's you're under more scrutiny by being inside there. So a lot of my troubles were, you know, I'm late for work. I wasn't late for work. I actually turned up first, but because I wasn't sitting in the canteen when everybody else was there, that made me late. So those little silly little problems, and it's those problems that make bigger problems and then make you become disgruntled. Because if you've got any self-respect, you see that happen. First off, you see it happening. You sit there. I used to sit there in the canteen, and it's like having an out-of-body experience. Yeah. Where I can right. Let me see what Sergeant A is gonna say next, knowing exactly what he's gonna say or she's gonna say, and lo and behold, they say that, and you think, wow, look at that. And then the same reverse situation with your white colleague, and it's a pat on the back. Well done, son. It's a good job today. You don't get that, and that's what causes.
No, you don't. You find. I think recognition. It's hard to come by, even though they can see that you're the one doing it. You're the one that, I mean, nobody else has come to the aid, and you're actually helping their own counterparts. And we do diversity here, no matter what. You know, and I think when somebody is in need of help, it's help that they need, and nothing else matters. It's help them, no matter, regardless of colour or creed. That is the duty of care. So, but as being in a position of power, you'll find that some people don't like that, and they go out of their way to ruin your reputation and call you the very names that they are thinking.
Yes.
And they will write those things to the effect, and if you think it, you must be it. That's the way I look at it. I'm going to, the other thing that I want to do, bearing in mind I'm hoping that we can hear you a little bit because of the engine, but eating on the road as you go. This is it. You know, when you're out there being on the road,
this kind of work,
it's not very healthy, is it? Eating on the road, as you see that. You said grab a bit of lunch because we just don't know how long it's going to be. So here we are, eating a vegan sausage roll, which I must say is really nice.
I haven't done this as much as I would have liked to, but as you know, there was a few years ago when this was my life, sort of daily. You know, KFC here, Costa Coffee there, Burger King there, and that's how you live. You grab us.
Not very healthy, is it?
No, some days you don't get none.
Yeah.
Simply because...
It doesn't help your irritable bowel.
No, it doesn't, no. For argument's sake, like a road like this now, you know, you drive for miles and don't see nothing.
Yeah.
But you're starving hungry, but, you know, you're following our friend here, 20 miles to this place.
So you could take a pack up lunch with you and give yourself 5 minutes, really, if you were going to, realistically. Realistically, you could have allowed yourself 5 minutes to just do a little pack up rather than eat junk food. So on the health sector, this is what we're looking at. Rather than stop and get crisps, Coke, and all of those things, take a little pack up and a bottle of water. I mean, the thing is, before we set off, we said, please make sure you take a bottle of water with you, because you just don't know. And the water sometimes can be like, provided you get home drunk or can be life-saving on a journey. So, and always when you're on a journey, make sure you've got a blanket in the car too. So, thank you for the interview today.
Yes,
We'll come back.
First of many.
Yeah, we'll come back on that one.